Good morning. It's your boy Buddy Road, the big truck trap star. Truck trapping, slab sliding, and check chasing. Came back today to talk a little bit of football today, man. Want to talk about these Atlanta Falcons. Since we entered into the new season of football just beginning. I know people gonna say where it don't start till September, but you just have free agency and the draft coming up. So this is the beginning of the year for football. Action. So I'm here to talk about the Atlanta Falcons, man. And something that's been a hot topic of conversation, man, and it's been Lamar Jackson. I have nothing against Desmond Ritter. I have nothing against Tyler Heineke. They are serviceable. Don't know the extent of how serviceable Desmond Ritter is or how good he can actually be. I don't know that. But I do know that Lamar Jackson is available. The problem I had originally was that Lamar Jackson was available, but the issue was that Baltimore could match any contract that you threw out there. So if you got a team-friendly deal, essentially what you would be doing is doing Baltimore's work for them as far as constructing a contract, and you'd be asked out, and then you would basically what you would do is you would alienate whoever it is on your team. Sort of like they did Matt Ryan a couple of years ago, or last year with the Deshaun Watson thing. Even though it was time for Matt Ryan to go anyway, which I did a video on that it should have been his time along with Julio at the same time. But this is a different scenario now. The fact that Lamar Jackson is asking for a trade and saying he doesn't want to be in Baltimore anymore, that changes everything. That changes everything. Lamar Jackson is the perfect fit for our offense. Perfect. He is the perfect fit for our offense. For anybody who's skeptical about whether or not he's perfect for the offense, Marcus Mariota, who is 1/10 of what Lamar Jackson is, almost got us to the playoffs with his play. He is nowhere near, like I say, 1/10. He's nowhere near the level of Lamar Jackson. Our offense is tailored toward a quarterback who is mobile. Our offense plays underneath and then takes big shots. We play off of a zone running scheme as well as which basically creates play action so that you can take shots down the field. We also have big targets at wide receiver and at tight end. That is exactly what Lamar Jackson is perfectly fit for. The threat of Lamar Jackson coming out of the backfield on a bootleg is going to open up one-on-one opportunities for anybody who's on the outside. It's also going to open up one-on-one opportunities for anybody in the middle, because your safety is going to have to constantly keep his eyes in the backfield to see if Lamar Jackson is taking off to run. So he's a perfect fit. He'll open up holes in the run game because someone will have to be playing the outside just in case he pulls the ball out instead of handing it off. So it's not just going to be able to, you're not just going to be able to pack the box. He's perfect for it. Now, the reason I made the video is because I kept hearing so many guys tell me how Lamar Jackson is not this and Lamar Jackson is not that. If, number one, you don't have to pass for 4,000 or 5,000 yards to be a great quarterback. You don't. Jalen Hurts nearly won the MVP. He nearly won the MVP. He doesn't have great passing stats. But the offense that he's in is tailor-made for what they do. What he does. It's tailor-made for him. Jalen Hurts has never been a great passer. Not in college. Not in the pros. That doesn't mean he's not a great quarterback. He plays the position to his strengths. And it works. Now, for all the naysayers who say Lamar Jackson hadn't won anything, okay? In a Falcon uniform, who has? I'll wait. Nobody in a Falcon uniform has won a Super Bowl. None. We've gotten to the Super Bowl twice. Once with Chris Chandler and once with Matt Ryan at quarterback. Chris Chandler wasn't a great quarterback. He wasn't. Matt Ryan was a great quarterback, but he also was, I won't say he was overrated. He's not overrated. Matt Ryan got Hall of Fame numbers. I don't necessarily think he had Hall of Fame play outside of 1 year. People are harping on the fact that Lamar Jackson missed time this year. He legit got hurt last year. I don't believe Lamar Jackson was hurt this past year. I don't believe it. I believe it was a negotiating tactic. But if the Falcons were willing to give Deshaun Watson $40 to $45 million, I think it was actually more than that, wasn't it? 48? 40, somewhere between $40 and $48 million. And give up 5 draft picks to do so. All while this man was being accused of sexual assault. Regardless of whether it's true or not, they were willing to put their PR on the line. They were willing to risk the reputation of the organization. Okay, they were willing to be scrutinized on TV time and time again by women's groups. Everything that goes along with that. Now, of course, they were accusations, and everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But that has never been the case. Once the allegation is out there, people stop rocking with you. Period. The allegation is enough to ruin your career. Now, Lamar Jackson's never been in trouble at all. In his first 3 years, in a 5-year span, in a 5-year span, Lamar Jackson he won a Heisman Trophy, was a Heisman runner-up. I think he was NFL Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, as well as MVP. That resume alone is enough to get you where you're going. That resume alone. But you add to that the fact that he's a perfect fit for our offense. And you're talking about a team that could win 12 and 13 games this year. Mariota fumbled away 3 games. Drake London fumbled away 2. The refs cheated us out of one with, or at least an opportunity to win one with Tampa Bay. But you take Lamar Jackson and you put him in those same situations. Lamar Jackson has something that none of those other quarterbacks have. None of them. Lamar Jackson has the it factor. He has the it factor, which is something Matt Ryan didn't even have. He didn't have an it factor. As a Falcon fan, I understand that you don't want to overpay and then drain your pockets so that you can't build a team around anybody. I get it. I get it probably more than anybody does. And at the price that they are asking, and what he was asking for at $50 million, I feel like that was too steep. Because I don't feel like any quarterback deserves that type of money, because it depletes the opportunity for me to be able to pay other players and field the team to go with them. So, yeah, I wasn't with that at that price. But the fact that he's saying that he doesn't want to be in Baltimore changes the narrative. Because I'm not going to have to pay him $50 million. I can negotiate with him earnestly. I can give him fair market value for what he's asking. Fair market value for what he brings to the table. Some of that's going to be based on numbers. Some of it's not. Lamar Jackson strikes fear in defenses. Fear. We cannot afford to miss the opportunity to get the perfect fit for our team. And for as much as we talk about it, we say defense, all of this, I get it. We've built enough on defense to where we can be much better. And truth be told, the defense kept us in so many games last year. The defense played their part. Were there some things that we need to clean up? Sure there are. Sure there are. But if I'm right now in the front office of the Atlanta Falcons, man, there is absolutely no way that I allow Lamar Jackson to go anywhere else and become a threat or a thorn in my side, or become the I wish I could have. I wish we could have. Lamar Jackson is exactly what you need for this offense. For this offense. I think people got this idea. I heard a guy say last night that well, my quarterback needs to make the third and fourth read down the field. Our system don't require that. Our system doesn't require that. Two reads at best. At best, two reads. With his skill set, man, we're talking about a team that can win 13 games this year. Right now, with the team you have currently constructed, you can win 13 games this year. This year, with this team. People are just making excuses. It's just an excuse. If we get Lamar Jackson, one thing for sure, I can guarantee you this: the stadium sells out. Hello, Mr. Blank. The stadium sells out. The stadium sells out. Most of the people that are saying they don't want Lamar Jackson are just afraid that if we go for Lamar Jackson, we won't get Lamar Jackson. And that's the truth of it. Because if you put Lamar Jackson on this team, they're buying tickets. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. Anybody that can throw 3,000 yards in college, as well as have 1,000 yards rushing twice, can throw the fucking football. He can throw the football. If you can do it in the NFL, that means you can throw the football. I posed the question everywhere I went yesterday when I kept hearing these narratives about what Lamar Jackson is and is that. They could not tell me his number one receiver. I didn't say tight end. Who was the number one receiver that was supposed to be catching his ball for them? We can answer that question here. We can answer that question here. We also have dynamic tight ends now. So if your excuse is he just loves tight ends, then we're going to have a tight end who have almost 2,000 yards. If that's your excuse. Two years ago, Lamar Jackson in Buffalo and in the Baltimore Ravens lost 5 running backs in the first month of the season. 5. They still made the playoffs. We got to look at this thing from a different perspective. What is it that you want? What is it that you want? Do you want to win? Do you want to win? Because if you're saying that we can make the playoffs with Desmond Ridder, if we can make the playoffs with Desmond Ridder, then we are a Super Bowl contender with Lamar Jackson. That's all I got for y'all today, man. It's your boy Buddy Rowe, the big truck trap star. Truck trapping and slab sliding and check chasing, man. Gotta hold it down, man. Arthur Blank. Don't let it go by, man. Don't make the mistake. Don't make the mistake of letting them slide by. It'll be the second biggest mistake you made. Alright? Peace out.